Good morning. Glad you're with us this morning. We want to get started with some breaking news coming out of Seattle, Washington.
A television station's news helicopter crashed this morning. We want to get right over to our Chris Eggert for more on this breaking story. Chris.
Hey, Jess. Hey, Brad. Here right now, Seattle police have confirmed that 2 people are dead, and that is presumably the chopper pilot and the news photographer from Como TV. That's the ABC affiliate in Seattle. I worked across the street at Cairo TV for 5 years. I know this area very well. Quite frankly, I probably know the 2 victims in this. Now, here's what happened. The chopper crashed after taking 9:30 this morning our time, around 7:30 their time. It regularly takes off and lands from the roof of the Como TV building. It is right across the street from the Space Needle. Got eyewitness video coming in from many sources now. You can see the chopper in flames and a few vehicles that were sitting along Broad Street that were also on fire. Now, it sounds like one person, a 37-year-old male in one of those vehicles, was hurt, perhaps critically. Now, this is really amazing. Quite frankly, there were more injuries, considering that this is at the base of the Space Needle, an area that is always teeming with tourists. It's not immediately clear what happened yet, but I can tell you that the news stations in Seattle fly their choppers routinely, has a very large coverage area, and those pilots log a lot of miles every day. Also have some eyewitness, an interview with an eyewitness coming in right now, if we can listen to that.
I heard the engine turn on, and 15 seconds later, I heard a boom, and the engine sounded a little bit heavy, so I heard the boom, and I looked up, and 2 seconds later, the flames started spreading out.
All right, I want to stop for a second and use the telestrator, give you an idea where this happened. You see right here, that is the Space Needle, and right here is Como TV. Street is right in the middle, so it is not even a block, Space Needle, to where the TV station's at. It seems like the crash happened somewhere in this area right here where there were cars parked along. Idea, this is an area of downtown Seattle, just north of downtown, called Belltown. If you were to go this direction, that's where Amazon headquarters are. There are 2 stations that are in that area. Again, this is Como TV. That's the helicopter that crashed. At this point, they're really not sure what happened. They're trying to get a handle on the situation as they work with authorities there and learn a little bit more about what happened. There are also hundreds of condos in this area. We sort of talk about on the fringes of this map that I'm showing you. I mean, hundreds, dozens of condos that are in this area. A lot of new construction that's gone on in this area. I heard somebody in a report a little bit earlier saying there's a possibility this helicopter could have perhaps hit a crane in construction. I don't think that's in the case, because in this area right next to where the station's at, I'm not aware of any construction going on there right now. So they quite frankly don't know why this helicopter crashed. And again, there are deaths that are reported right now, presumably the photographer and the pilot of that helicopter. Our own Chopper 5 is here now to give us a little bit more insight on this area. Ken, the building itself is probably 5 or 6 stories tall, just a regular kind of office building, but you've got the Space Needle right there. Extremely busy sort of urban area. Challenges for you and your experience with that land from that area every day? Well,
an elevated is what this was. Challenges are really the obstacle avoidance, and then just knowing the direction, which really dictates which way the helicopter is going to come in to land as part. Now, knowing this air crew and knowing this location, likely very highly experienced, have made this approach many, many times. So, you know, the challenges to them are actually at that point.
Which means it's you as to how somebody with the so much experience and particularly landing in this location.
Right. Well, a helicopter, as you know, is really just a collection of forces, which the aircraft needs all of them to fly.
Sure.
True. The point in which that helicopter is at its takeoff and landing. That is its vulnerable point. And I understand from the information that witnessed, the aircraft was taking off from the helipad. This loud thing, the spinning or the rotation was reported. There's a couple of things that come to mind what that could. And if that pilot had to deal with mechanical failure at the point of that would be an extremely circumstance. Not that it couldn't be handled. We all practice that as professional, but considering the circumstance in a crowded area, it would pose a challenging situation.
And if you're at an airfield, you have the ability to at least try a certain place. Whereas this, I mean, on a busy urban area, that there would be really no open space.
Right. One of the things we do as especially a helipad like that, is the aircraft just at the point of takeoff, a 2 or 3 second delay use just to make sure everything's running the kit. We machine day to day will fly. It's called seat of his. He's feeling everything, listening to everything at all sounds. Is it normal? If that's a go, then he from the helipad. If it does, sets it right back down.
And you touched briefly to station 5 or 6 blocks from Elliott Bay, so right there off Puget Sound, a lot of wind coming off that area. Definitely a challenging. I've landed on the top of the roof of Cairo TV, which is about a block away from there, and the times that we touch down, I mean, the helicopters, it's bouncing around a little bit. It's fairly unstable.
Right. Most helicopter pilots and the helipad at Como TV will have a windsock, so he'll know ahead of time what direction the wind's coming from. And helicopters like to act like a weather vane. They like to fly into the wind. They like to land and take off into the wind. So if he knows that direction, he'll do as best he can to take off or land on that helipad right directly into the wind.
Okay, well, Ken, we appreciate your insight on this, and Brad and Jess, obviously we're going to try and gather some more information on this. We know 2 people dead, a helicopter crash right across the street from the Space Needle in Seattle. We don't know confirmation yet from the TV station that it was a photographer and that it was the pilot, but I am presuming that because it's not like the TV station is letting the public ride a helicopter in a case like this. We also know a 37-year-old man was injured. That person was transferred to in Seattle for treatment there.
I am guessing, though, this was probably around 7, 8, 8:30 in the morning. The way you describe it, a very busy road. It's amazing more people on the ground weren't hurt.
No, it is. I can't believe. I mean, honestly, I'm thinking about this and the times that I've walked on that street. It's Broad Street. It runs right there next to the Space Needle. So you've got people coming and going. You've got all this business and commerce right there in this part of Seattle. So many. You see McDonald's right there in the background, right across the street from there too. Many people. The monorail, you're familiar with the Seattle monorail? That's right off in the background. It looks like a bridge right above where you see smoke and flame there. So, I mean, it truly, not to minimize the loss of life here, 2 people, but to me, it's truly amazing that more people weren't hurt in this just because based on where and what time of day, Brad.
Ken, I have a question for you. Just in looking at that video of that intense fire there and a couple of those cars so severely damaged, clearly that was a major impact coming down.
Yeah, so if he's coming off the roof, if he cleared the roof and something catastrophic happened to the aircraft at that point, he's really not going to have much choice but to set the aircraft straight down. And if it was a departure off the roof, he may have been full of fuel, and that's henceforth the reason why the flames are as high as they are. But that's right where he was and right where this happened is a critical point in flight for him. He's left the helipad, and he hasn't cleared all of the obstacles that are in the surrounding areas.
Heard a witness earlier this morning saying that the helicopter apparently landed on its side. Now, clearly, very early on in this investigation, but that according to one witness. Okay, guys, thanks so much for the update. Again, we will track this over the course of the next hour as we get more information. It is breaking news. We will continue to follow.
Absolutely. We want to now switch gears a little bit because I know coming in from the west this morning, I was driving in sometimes near whiteout conditions. It was so bad, but then you get closer into the metro, Sam,
Not
and
bad
it was
at all.
sunny and roads were completely dry.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, guys, if you don't mind, I just want to back up real quick and mention the weather in Seattle this morning. There's nothing out of the ordinary. It's about 40 degrees, overcast skies at 4,000 feet. And they did have a little bit of light rain reported at the airport. But again, nothing out of the ordinary. Winds out of the southeast around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now back to our weather. This morning we had some snow brush through the metro here, and you can see that on our last 6-hour loop of radar. And it dropped nearly 2 inches of snow in some locations, especially right around Rogers and St. Michael. Blaine, Coon Rapids saw a little bit of snow. Now we're going to add to that tally, so keep 2 inches in mind, because when we set a range earlier, 2 to 5 inches, that is going to play a role. But to the southeast, didn't receive anything just yet. Now this band of snow is drifting farther to the north, and it's setting up right over Lake Mille Lacs going through the rest of the afternoon. But notice to the south, we still have a little bit of moisture that's going to kick in here. It's about 153 miles away, traveling at roughly 40 miles per hour. So it's going to take its time. And by this afternoon, we could get some wintry mix in here again. So here's what your hour-by-hour forecast looks like. We're going to warm up into the middle and upper 30s. 2 p.m., a shower might be possible. Then a rain and sleet mix by 4 p.m. with that little batch of moisture coming up from the south. Then that heavy snow band begins to transition and tilt and come around and pivot into the metro by 8 p.m. That's where we'll get the snow back in here. That's where we're going to add on to the snow tally. I'll talk more about that and how much snow you can expect by tomorrow morning. All coming up in a few minutes, guys.
All right, Sam, thanks. Well, this winter storm not stopping officials from getting a major expansion underway at the Mall of America.
Moving right along, groundbreaking for the $300 million project is today, and when it's done, it's going to nearly double the size of the mall. Our Kate Renner joining us now live in Bloomington with more on this expansion. Hi, Kate.
Hey guys, well, if you've driven by the Mall of America, you may have noticed ground has already been broken. They've been working on this for quite some time now. As you can see, there's some construction crews here. They're working on this expansion on the north side. But today it was a celebratory groundbreaking in the rotunda. The ground was broke using shovels and confetti there for the expansion that will include 270,000 square feet of retail space. Also, there will be a new 5-star hotel built on the north side of the mall, and a curtain was dropped to reveal that it is luxury JW Marriott Hotel. That will offer 340 rooms for tourists to flock to the new expansion. Now, this phase of the expansion will add a whole new variety of stores, between 50 and 75 stores coming the fall of 2015. And the mall hopes to attract more high-end boutiques from California and offer more interactive food court, as well as 600 new parking spots will be available in an underground parking ramp.
This project will leverage $1.5 billion in private investment and will create thousands of new jobs in construction, retail, tourism, and hospitality.
When the Mall of America does well, the city of Bloomington does well, our entire region does well, and the state of Minnesota does well. So it really is a large event here today.
And more specifically on those will be created, the mall expects 2,500 jobs will be added because of all these stores and more retail space that will be added, as well as 1,000 new construction jobs. As you can see already, some of them are working here. Now, this entire expansion is expected to be finished and open by August of 2015. Reporting live in Bloomington, Kate Renner, 5 Eyewitness News.
All right, Kat. Thank you, Kate. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
News when you want it. Check out the all-new KSTP.com.
I went to the doctor and saying, you know, I've got this blood thing, and it's been going on for now a couple of months. People complain about the prep and how icky the is, but it's really nothing compared to getting sick and dying.
Applying for Social Security disability? Get help. Call the law office of Robert Hoagland, the largest disability law firm in Minnesota. A Social Security attorney will meet with you in your home or at an office location near you. No fees unless we win.
Do you know that 1 in 3 people age 65 or older fall each year, and lots of those falls happen in the bathroom? That's why homeowners love the new Erie Step-In Tub. It's safe, simple. Erie Step-In Tubs offer safety features like a low threshold just inches from the floor, grab bars, and a chair height seat. Activate air and hydrotherapy at the touch of a button with faucets and fixtures within reach. Ask about larger model tubs with a swing-out door for easy access from a wheelchair, or any of our one-day bath solutions like the tub-to-shower conversion with safety seat installed in as little as 1 day. And call now for huge savings on our free installation sale. Get the tub now, and the installation is free. We have convenient credit terms available, plus senior discounts. Call 1-800-235-6600. Schedule your in-home estimate now and receive a $25 Walmart gift card. Call 1-800-235-6600 for Erie Step-In Tubs.
The all-new Chevy Silverado, from the family of the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road. The truck that beats any in fuel economy, and the 2014 North American Truck of the Year. Now, during Chevy Truck Month, the price you see is you pay for a 2014 Chevy Silverado.
Now use special Truck Month pricing and Auto Show bonus cash to get a total value of over $8 on this Silverado All-Star Edition. Visit ChevyDealOnline.com.
This new Walmart Savings Catcher can save me more money on top of the money I've already saved. How awesome is that? I just submit the receipt. If some other store is advertising a lower price, I don't have to drive all over town. I just get the difference. Ka-ching! The Savings Catcher knows how to every penny, and anyone who knows me knows how much I love finding money.
Today at walmart.com/savingscatcher. Save money. Live better. Walmart.
Social Security benefits denied? Get help. Call the law office of Robert Hoagland, the largest disability law firm in Minnesota. A Social Security attorney will meet with you in your home or at an office location near you. No fees unless we win.
Next, Katie, humiliated and rejected for being overweight. You describe how your dance teacher insulted you.
It took away the passion and that I had.
How these women transformed their bodies and got a little revenge. Next, Katie.
Today at 2 on Channel 5.
Welcome back. A real quick update on that breaking news we opened the newscast with, that news helicopter crash in Seattle. Fire spokesman confirming the 2 dead were the 2 people in the helicopter, so no one on the ground was killed. That's the very latest coming from a fire spokesman there in Seattle. We will, of course, continue to follow this story.
Okay, here locally weather, I was floored coming in. I really was. It was almost like a plane.
Yep.
Yeah, when I hit Rogers.
I drove through nothing but sun.
I know, that's what I mean. It was
And you came from
almost
downtown.
white. It was here, it was sky.
Yep, it really hit hard, the West Metro and the Northwest up around Rogers, but even Lake Minnetonka, Woodland, got 5.1 inches already. So we're going to add on top of these snowfall totals. And the folks off to the east, look, we're not ignoring you. It's just you didn't get the snow this morning. So you will get some snow this evening, and you might have to shovel by tomorrow morning. Right now at Midway Skycam, we see some clouds, but even some filtered sunshine mixed in there. So kind of nice day out there, and that's what we've been talking about. How, yeah, it's big, you know, a lot of talk about this winter storm, but through most of the day today, it's going to be okay. That snow is now pushed up to the north. We have a real defined deformation band, is what we call it in meteorology, and the snow rates are real within this band. Already Mora saw 7 inches of snow, and that report was from today. No doubt they're probably right around those double digits. Now this band will continue to lift north around Brainerd Lakes, all the way from Morris, Minnesota, which is in far western Minnesota, through Little Falls, Brainerd, Mille Lacs Lake, and up to Duluth, and sit up there for the next couple hours, and then finally pivot into the Twin Cities. Now, in addition to that, we're going to wait on that snow right here until about 9 p.m. We also have some moisture coming up from the south and warm air. So we're going to see temperatures generally in the upper 30s, but this moisture about 153 miles away, 50 miles per hour. It will reach us somewhere in the hours of around 2 to maybe 3 p.m. with a chance for some widely scattered showers out there, and it may change over to some slush out on the roadways for your afternoon commute. 2 to 4 inches on top of what we already received this morning in the advisory that is in effect all the way until 7 a.m. tomorrow. Warning